I started hearing voices in my head, but not the kinds that you go and see the psychiatrist for.
Earth is a newly adopted planet for me. Nothing could have prepared me for my awakening. Like, you have your normal kid one day, and then she sees a dream, and then she wakes up in the morning like spewing freaking stuff from God, or so she says. Today we're going to be talking about the spiritual and energetic reasons for miscarriage. One of the reasons why you may be having a miscarriage is the fact that
Can a higher self be evil?
not from source perspective, it's not. And evil is just a matter of perspective. Like, look at Hitler. He's one of the poster children for like being an evil person. Do you know how many millions of souls benefited from learning from the experience that he has created?
Hello, my name's Lisa, and you're probably sitting there thinking, what the hell have I just listened to? Well, to be honest with you, I felt exactly the same way. This is going to be the story of ScentBird, which is a perfume company that was started up by Mariya Nurislamova. From now on, I'm just going to call her Mariya. Basically, ScentBird was started in 2013 by Mariya, Andrei Rebrov and Sergei Gusev, and it's a fragrance company where you order perfumes every month in miniature sizes instead of having to pay out for a whole bottle of each perfume. You may have heard of ScentBird because it sponsors a lot of different YouTubers. But then in 2018, two main things happened. The first one was ScentBird received an injection of cash to the tune of $18.6 million in venture funding. And the second thing that happened in 2018 is Mariya has what she calls an awakening. Now, she was already a little bit into spirituality in the form of tarot card astrology. So let's listen to what Mariya says this awakening is all about.
Nothing could have prepared me for my awakening. In my teens, I was already captivated with tarot. I didn't study tarot, but I would get readings done. And so my awakening actually happened unprompted when I was on vacation with my parents in Portugal. And so I started making these pink bubbles of energy between my hands. Don't ask me why.
Why can't we ask you why you started making these pink bubbles to throw at this castle?
And started throwing them at walls of the castle. And the moment that my pink bubble would collide with the wall of the castle would light up and like turn golden for a quick second. But then the pink bubble would disappear and go through a wall. And then I found myself in the middle of the same morbid, creepy castle. And I hear a voice. And the voice tells me, Mariya, you don't have the magic of the pink ray yet. Try using the gold one. Like God spoke to me. Like when I made this like one large golden sphere and I blasted it out, and then the entire castle changed in my dream. It was so beautiful. And then I wake up in the morning, but the voice is still there. I knew that that voice was not me. It sounded male. The voice promised me that I was going to be given the keys to a lot of knowledge and all of that fun stuff. And then there was also some tuning up that started happening, like the voices. First, it was one voice, and then it turned into voices, and I was able to receive multiple frequencies that were coming through.
Not sure about you guys out there, but to me, it sounds like she's now possessed.
I'm really, really grateful that they didn't disown me. Like, you have your normal kid one day, and then she sees a dream, and then she wakes up in the morning like spewing freaking stuff from God, or so she says.
There, she's telling us that she's told her parents all about this awakening and they haven't disowned her. I wonder if they do later on, though, because this is only the beginning.
My husband, was going through his own awakening actually almost on the same timeline And he at the time got curious about hypnosis. So he took a course. Yeah, like it's a very simple technique to get somebody into a hypnosis state. And I took the class as well with him. And we practiced on each other. You know, he was getting me under hypnosis. I was getting him under hypnosis.
If you can believe it, this is where it starts to get even stranger because now they are hypnotizing each other. And in the next 3 clips, Mariya is going to explain to us why she talks all the time with her eyes closed. And she says it's so she can better channel her third eye, which is, this one here that no one can see, of course. She contradicts herself, but we'll get on to more about that once we've heard these 3 clips.
Anytime you guys watch a video with my eyes closed, I connect to my higher self. I channel her. You know, my connection with my higher self is really, really grown. At one point, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to channel without the eyes closed. Over time, if you do a lot of channeling with your eyes open, but your third eye is really, really activated, your normal eyesight can worsen. And I need my eyesight because I'm also a writer. Not the book that is, you know, it's in the works. It's my 4th book. And there's unfortunately or fortunately a lot of them coming. As I was starting to move towards my, third eye assemblage point, I started seeing this very interesting patches of light. Am I having a stroke? What is this? The problem is when I closed my eyes, that sensation was still there. And then the headache came. That's how I knew. I'm like, okay, well, it's my assemblage point again. But in other words, when your third eye starts being calibrated, you may get all kinds of weird things in your physical eyesight. So I generally channel my podcasts with my eyes fully closed. I talk to spirit. I look strange as I am recording videos as I talk to spirit. My eyes are probably twitching when I'm channeling, like who knows. When I channel with my eyes open, I can do it, but my connection is not as strong. And also, the reason I don't always do that is because the information sometimes comes through visually. And now my third eye is always open, but when my eyes are closed, depth of the image that comes through is actually a lot better. And so I see the intricacies of how energy moves a lot better when my eyes are closed. So in other words, if I tried to channel with my eyes open, I'd maybe get 60% of the connection that I would with my eyes closed.
So there we go. 3 different reasons why she channels with her eyes closed. The first one is because if she has her eyes open, it could make her blind. The second one is because it gives her blinding headaches. And the third one is so she can see better. It's no wonder a lot of people think she's a charlatan, is it? Is she really talking to God? Is she really talking to the architect, as she calls this person? Who knows? Personally, I think she's lost her goddamn mind. And you may come to that conclusion when you listen to some of the weird and not so wonderful things she has to say next.
Through the lens of somebody that is a little different, through the lens of somebody that has a higher perspective.
Way back with sun consciousness, I incarnated on the central sun of the Milky Way galaxy in my plasma form. So I love the energy of the sun.
By now I have a lot of the clairs open. So I'm clairvoyant, cognizant, clairsentient, all of the clairs. It's been a crazy ride. I went from normal to completely not normal in the span of 3 years.
Everyone's definition of normal is different, but I have to say, you definitely don't appear normal to me.
Now, before we dive in, I have a very, very special announcement to make. Really, really happy to make this one, actually. I am starting what I am referring to as the healing circles. Go to the tab called Live Events. That tab is going to have the list of all of the upcoming Poland workshops, but I love calling them the healing circles.
Now we're getting into the monetization of all of this. And the fact that you can go and visit her and stay in her house for 3 days, but you've got to eat as a vegan. Oh, yes, she's a vegan. Go and visit her. It's going to cost $125,000 for 3 nights. No, we're not buying her property. No, all we're doing is getting to stay there for 3 days. But anyway, let's listen to what else she has to say, shall we?
My audiobook is out. It's called 72 Keys to Manifestation, or An Ancient Path of a Modern Day Alchemist. I wholeheartedly invite you to download it, read it if you haven't already. So I was listening to music, and I like loud music in my headphones, but I started channeling a new healing modality. It's a hybrid between dance therapy, like intense dance therapy, sound, light language, and then hardcore spirituality, where I'm able to pinpoint the parts and aspects of me that are coming through for healing, and through dance and voice and sound, release the trauma. Have you ever seen people being able to use dance to release trauma from the third eye? Like stuff like slavery came up for me in my lineage, in my root, and it was just all through the movement. I want to do 3 experimental sessions in person to test out and to play with this new modality that I've just downloaded. You bet you we're going to heal some deep stuff. The energy exchange for this is going to be $250. That's what Spirit wants to charge for this. It's not really me, because it's really Spirit and the universe that's working with you. It's not really me.
So Spirit is going to charge you $250 to go and dance with Mariya to release all of the bad stuff in your third eye. That seems like a bit of a bargain, that. Yeah. Trigger warning for this next little section. Now she's going to be talking about the subject of miscarriage and her perception of why, which I think is a load of BS.
Today we're going to be talking about the spiritual and energetic reasons for miscarriage. Reasons why you may be having a miscarriage is the fact that whoever is your current partner in the moment, right? Like whoever is the father essentially of this baby is not a good match for you. If you have deep concerns around motherhood or the kind of mother that you are, it may cause your body to miscarry. That deep set worry that the baby is going to take something away from you, whether that is your beauty, whether that is your, I don't know, life, so to say, right? Like your free time or whatever, like that worry that having a baby is inconvenient actually may cause you to miscarry.
The only thing I'm going to say about everything she just said there is I don't agree with any of it. I'm just not going to address it any further.
Take myself to a psychiatric facility, I think.
You taking yourself to a psychiatric facility is probably the truest thing that you've said so far. Right, now we're going to get on to what she said at the beginning about the monstrosity of this world, Hitler. And I can't even believe that she is saying anything about that person at all.
Today we're doing a Q&A video that I've been wanting to do for months, I feel like.
Can a higher self be evil?
Not from source perspective, it's not. And evil is just a matter of perspective. Like, look at Hitler. He's one of the poster children for like being an evil person. Do you know how many millions of souls benefited from learning from the experience that he has created? So here you may put, like look at a character like him and be like, oh, he's completely evil. And upstairs, his experience was the greatest, one of the greater, sources of knowledge of 3D planet Earth warfare. And that is benefiting so many different souls on their evolutionary path. So is he evil? Not really. I don't think so. Well, do you want me to give you an even better example?
Yeah.
Do you think playing World of Warcraft is evil because you're killing things?
Like in a computer game?
Yeah.
People don't think it's evil, yes.
I know. Same logic. It's a computer game from higher self level. I mean, you go in, you may have murdered 1,000 beings on a screen, and then you go on your merry way, and nobody's pointing a finger at you at work and being like, this is a mass murderer. But how is that any different?
Wow. That's a very different perspective. Yeah, mind-blowing, actually.
You are seriously comparing a game where you kill people fictitiously to what happened in the real world? Seriously? You're damn right, you do need to send yourself to a psychiatric facility, in my opinion. And to think that she is the CEO of ScentBird, who sponsors so many people on YouTube. Well, all I can say is I'm glad I've only got 1,500 subscribers, because I probably would have fallen prey to this person wanting to sponsor my channel if I had 100,000 subscribers. Can you imagine if you found out all this once you had been sponsored by them? Awful. I just don't have words for half the things she says. I mean, I've only chosen a few tiny clips at random, and yet she's got hundreds of them where she says even more outlandish things, if you can believe that. So that is the CEO of ScentBird. Are you going to let her company sponsor your YouTube channel, people? Let me know in the comments. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Ta-ta for now.